Hi everyone, it's my first vlog of 2024. I did try and film the other day, but I rambled on for about half an hour about nothing. So I thought I'll try again. Happy New Year everyone. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and New Year, etc. And having a strong start to 2024. I took the whole of December off from doing any videos and anything like that. I've mainly spent November and December focusing on my new job and getting into a nice rhythm there. And then I've sort of picked back up now that I'm all settled in with what I'm doing. I thought I've got time now to pick things back up. So yeah, just wanted to come on and have a little quick chat about what I've been up to and what my plans are for the rest of the year. We've sort of sat down, me and James, and had a chat about what we want to achieve this year and what we want to do, and I thought, why not share it if anyone's interested. So today I've done the school run, everything. James is sleeping because he worked last night. I don't have to be at work till 4, so I'm having a bit of a chill day. I've done the little bits that need doing, and I've done an hour of decluttering, so I can sit down and do some of this now, which is what I've been itching to do since I woke up. So yeah, the whole of December was just really, really busy. What have I done there? I don't know. That'd be fine. The whole of December was really, really busy, and I was working loads. James was working loads. We were trying to get ready for Christmas, get presents done. I made a lot of Christmas presents this year, so most of December was spent doing that as well as working full time. Yeah, it's just really, really busy. I made some hats, a couple of scarves, a couple of shawls. I didn't take pictures or anything of anything that I made because I'm a bit rubbish like that, I forget. But all in all, it was really good December, really good Christmas. We had a lovely time. We spent Christmas Day at home as our little family, and I worked in the evening. And we went to both sets of parents on Boxing Day, had a little buffet party, Boxing Day party, and then went to my mum's for coffee and sausage rolls and a cake. So we had a really nice time. It's really, really good. Obviously the kids' birthdays, the twins, were in December as well, so we were busy with that. And then Alex's was, he's a January birthday, he's had his birthday as well. So yeah, it's just been quite a hectic couple of months. It's now starting to calm down a bit, and we're now making our plans for the next year. So on to plans for this year. It's going to be a year of getting stuff done, because there's lots of things that we want to get done, and now we're sort of settled into a routine. We can now start adding other things in. So it's going to be a year of getting stuff done. That's going to be the theme of our year this year, and saving money. We're currently in a council house, but we'd like to have our own property and have our property the way we want it. So we're now saving up to be able to do that. So this year is going to be very much focused on saving. I think it's going to take a few years for us to be able to save enough to get a house, but that is going to be the idea this year. We're going to lower our budgets. I'm having a no-buy year for books. So I got gifted, James gave me a book calendar for Christmas, which means I get a new book once a month for the rest of the year until Christmas, which means technically I don't have to buy books because my to be read list is hundreds and hundreds of books long. They're all piled up in my bedroom. I need to get through some of them, and then when I'm done with them, the ones that I'm not going to reread, I will donate either to a charity shop, or there's a little secondhand pound bookshop nearby where I live, and you know, they're really lovely people. I might just give them to them so they can sell them on. So that is the idea. I'm not going to be spending any money on books this year, and if I run out of books, if I read all of my books, I shall be using the library for this year. So that should save a bit of money because I buy loads of books, so that I won't be doing this year. But I am doing another reading challenge. So last year I read 80 books in my reading challenge. Completed that, and my son has now challenged me to read 100 books this year. So I'm going to give it a good go and see what happens. Obviously, life is very busy. We'll see what we can do, but I'm gonna give it a good try. So that's that bit, the bookish bit, over and done with. I'm currently reading. I've just started Castle in the Air, which is the 5th book that I've read this year. So a nice strong start book-wise to the year. As in terms of like personal life, household and that, as I said, we're saving up for a new house, but we're also getting this house into a place where we're happy with it, because there's obviously, we've been here for quite a while. It's now nearly 7 years we've been here now. About 6.5 years, and it just needs a freshen up, needs things doing. There's a little bit of maintenance that needs doing. We've done some maintenance the other day. We spent about 6 hours while the children were at school doing some damp proofing and some painting upstairs and decorating, and we'll be continuing to do that on James's next day off, because I can't climb on things. I tend to fall. So James will be doing the ceilings and the upper halves of the walls, and I'll be doing the bottom halves. So we sort of need to be doing that together. So that'll be reserved for our days off when the children are at school. I'm also intending to declutter, because we've all got a lot of stuff. Again, it's just been Christmas. We've had a new influx of things for the kids. So we are going to be going through them, and whatever they don't want to keep, we will donate. And they're quite good about it. They know when they get new toys that they're not going to really play with some of their older toys, and they've outgrown some of their toys, so they're quite happy to donate them. So that's the intention over the next couple of weeks, is to do a bit of decluttering every day. You know, just a bit of spring cleaning, things that need doing, some deep cleaning, like emptying the kitchen cupboards and cleaning all inside them, and just everything, you know, things that we do, but we haven't done for a little while, because we've been focused on like the preparing for Christmas and starting a new job and everything like that. So we're a little bit behind, so we will be catching up on that. And again, I said a year of getting things done. Very optimistic about how much we're going to get done this year. I hope, fingers crossed, that things go well. Crochet and knitting wise, I would like to develop my skills a little bit more, so I've got plans to do that. I really would like to actually finally start the Golden Hand series that I had intended to start last April, I think it was, and still haven't started. So I would like to do that. That is in the works. I'm just doing prep work for that now. I have promised the children that I would make them hat and scarf set each, because they've just grown out of the ones I made last year. So I've done one scarf so far and a hat. So we've got 2 more sets to do, and this is my hat, because I knitted one in this yarn, wore it for a little while, decided I didn't like it, so I'm now making a different one in the hopes that I like that and will wear that, and I'll make a scarf to match. my plans for this year is I want to use up some of my yarn stash, because it is taking over my house now. So I need to use some of that up. So I'm going to be working more sort of stash busting projects, so to speak, which I will attempt to vlog, but I'm a bit rubbish at vlogging, so we'll see. And I would like to challenge myself. I want to make some more wearables, because all I've made for myself is a couple of hats and a shawl. So, oh, and a pair of wrist warmers that I can't find at the minute. They're somewhere. So I intend to make more wearables this year. I would like a nice jumper and a cardigan, and I've just started trying to knit socks, so that's part of my knitting thing, trying to develop my skills. Never knitted socks on DPNs before, so that's what I'm now learning how to do, but I don't have them with me. They're upstairs in my room, in mine and James's room. James is currently asleep, so I won't disturb him, just to go get my half knitted sock. But it's going really well so far, and they're not as difficult as I thought they were going to be, and I am really, really, really enjoying making them. So I think that's going to be a new little addiction there, is making some socks. I think that's pretty much it. I'm still going to be making some stuff to sell on my online shops, but my focus at the minute is stuff for us, and having more fun with it, because I think I got so stressed out about making headbands or making hats that I didn't really make anything else, and I'm quite sick of it now. I want to make some different things, so I will do. I really would like to make some more shawls, and some blankets and things. My children are all asking for a blanket for their bed each. They want a nice one in whichever colour they want. My daughter's asked me for a Harry Potter themed one. One of my sons wants oranges and yellows. He doesn't really care what stitch or what it looks like, he just wants oranges and yellows. And my other son has asked me to make something Sonic themed, which I can see they're going to take quite a long time, because their beds are quite large, and you know, and then me and James and I, we would like a king size blanket for our bed, but obviously that is going to take a long time. I'm just going to do little bits here and there with our one, because it's going to take a lot longer than anything else that I'm going to make. So that's just as and when I feel like working on it, I will just go back to that. I think James wants me to make him a couple of scarves that I promised him a couple of years ago that I haven't done yet. So I've got all the yarn and everything. I will do them. And I will probably vlog those ones as well, because they're quite interesting scarves that he wants. And he wants a shawl in neon green colour. So I am working on that at the minute. But the colour's so bright that it gives me a headache, so I have to do it in little bits so that I don't get a headache. But yeah, the focus is on doing stuff that I'm going to enjoy making, rather than slogging out on things that I'm getting bored of. So there will be bits and bobs up this year in my shop as the year goes on, but that's not my focus. My focus is doing my hobby and enjoying it, because I love knitting and crochet, and I'm a lot happier knitting things that I actually, and crocheting things that I actually want to make, and not that I think that other people might want. So, and I'm getting so sick of making those cardigans that I'm not making any more for a little while. I might make myself one, and then I'm going to leave it for a little while, because it's just mind-numbingly dull now doing these cardigans. They take quite a long time to make. The last one I made was calf length for someone, and it took me 10 days to make it, and it was just 10 days of American term double crochet, and then front post, back post, double crochet. And it was just, I want something a little bit different. Like, I'm slogging through these hats, but that's only because I need a hat. You know, the weather's got really cold, and the job that I work in, I'm out in the cold a lot because I have to walk between, I've gone into home care. I have to walk in between houses along the streets and it's really cold. So I need some warm stuff for me. And the kids all need warm stuff because again, it's cold and they like the things I make them better than just buying it from the shop because it fits them properly, whereas shop is just sort of standardised. It's not to their measurements and they're either too big, too small, or they're just not happy with them. So I'd rather make them so that they would want to wear it and are happy with it rather than going to the shop and buying something that they're then like, I don't like that, that doesn't fit nice, or, you know. And yeah, I could take them with me to pick the stuff, but 9 times out of 10 they pick the stuff from the shops, gets home, like try it on in the shop, absolutely fine, get home, they're like, no, I don't like this, not comfortable. So if I've made it, at least I can modify it to how they want it and then they will wear it and then there's no waste there. Also, I spent the day before yesterday going through the boys' clothes. Anything that's too small is being donated. Anything that's damaged beyond repair, obviously, we'll turn them into rags and clean with them until they're done and then they'll go. Anything that can be repaired has been repaired and put back in. Just a little bit of a declutter there. And I will tackle Amelia's this afternoon before work. That's my intention. So there's just a lot going on. There's so much going on. We're socialising a bit more now. We've making more time now to actually spend time together and enjoy things as well, because when the focus is just on how much you can do, how much you're earning, how all this and that, you tend to get more stressed, I find. So we had a year of me being very unwell and not being able to do things, a year of me recovering and us focusing on income and whatnot, and this year I think is the year that we are going to be getting things done, but we're also going to be enjoying ourselves. We want to have nice days out and just time together, really, instead of all of us being working all the time and not having a lot of time for each other. And you know, I think, yeah, it's just spending time together. We're very happy. We do make as much time as we can for each other, but this year we're making a bit more time. You know, the kids are a bit older. They pretty much can do their own things. We're here, we supervise, we make sure they're safe and they're okay, but they entertain themselves now most of the time. They've got like their tablets, the Xbox, they've got their games, they've got arts and crafts and things like that. We got them roller skates and scooters this year, so we take them out on them, but they pretty much entertain themselves now. They don't go out on their own, obviously they're not quite old enough for that yet, but when they're indoors they mainly entertain themselves. That gives us a little bit of time that we can spend with them. We can actually sit down and watch a film and they will enjoy the film and not be bored, and we can go to the cinema and they'll actually enjoy the experience of going to the cinema instead of getting bored again. But at home, when they're playing together and all of that, that gives us more time to do other stuff, because, you know, they're happy and they don't need us 24/7 to be like helping them with every little thing like it used to be. Their toys they're quite happy to play with together and not with us. They like playing together. You know, every now and then I say, oh, will you play a game of chess with us, or can we play this on the table, all of us? And we do, but 9 times out of 10 they just want to play with each other and get on with it. So that frees up a little bit more time for us to get things done, which opens up our evening a little once they go to bed, that we can actually spend some time together. And that is the intention this year. Sort of last year we didn't get that a lot because we were, I don't want to say micromanaging, but we had to be, the kids were fighting a lot last year, so we had to be present constantly instead of cleaning in the next room or whatever, because every time we turned our backs they'd start fighting again. Now it's settled down a bit. They can be playing, say, in the living room, and one of us could be cleaning the kitchen, the other one could be upstairs hoovering or whatever. So we can get more stuff done while the kids are home now, which means when they're not home, there's a little bit more time for us, and in the evenings there's a little bit more time for us, and we intend to make the most of that time. I have a pile of Xbox games. I've been gifted some games like for birthdays and Christmas over the last couple of years, and I've not really had that much time to play them. So that's another thing that I would like to do this year, is I would like to complete some of my games. I've done 2 in the past couple of months, but there's about 15. So I'd like to do that before any of the other games I've got my eyes on come out, so I can just, then they're done. I haven't got, and I do like to complete my games. I don't like to get like a quarter of the way through and move on to the next one. I like to complete mine, do the gamer score and everything like that, because that's just how I am. It's how I play. So I'd like to catch up with that. Like, James got me this really cozy little game for Christmas called Paleo Pines, and it's like a dinosaur farm thing. And if you're not interested in gaming, then I'll say bye now, because you won't be interested in this. But it's really nice, it's really calm, it's really relaxing, and I think I'm about halfway through it now. So I know it's the most recent game I've got, but I want to finish it as I started playing it. And then I'll move on to the others, because I've got some more Stardew Valley things to do on there, because I'm nowhere near done with that, and they keep updating it and adding more anyway. So and I would like to get back on Minecraft at some point, because my children have taken over Minecraft and they've started playing Roblox as well, which is a little bit addictive. I've been playing on that too. And then I've got Diablo 4, which I got for my birthday, and I think I've only been on it twice, maybe 3 times. And I really, really want to get back onto that, because Diablo games are one of my favourite games that I play. So I'd like to do that. I did make a start on James. I bought him one of the Rayman games like the year before last, I think it was. And he's done it, he's finished, but I'm not finished. I want to finish that. And I've got a lot of Lego games that I like to play, and like, people just keep buying me more games, and then I feel the pressure to get on the games, because then people are like, have you started that game yet? Have you played it yet? And so I'm halfway through a lot of games, and I feel really out of sorts because I'm not finishing them, and I really want to. So I've got the Jurassic World Lego games, the Star Wars Lego games, I've got the Harry Potter Lego games, obviously Lego City as well, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and there's another Lego one I've got, but I can't remember what it is, but it's on my Xbox anyway, so I want to get through those. I've also got some actual real Lego sets that I have and I really want to do, and have up until now have not had the time to do them. So I am planning to do that too. I actually got a new one for Christmas off James's mum and dad, and I am going to get that done and then take pictures of it and send it to them, so that they know that I am using it, because I don't want people to stop buying me Lego sets because I don't have time to build them, because I do really enjoy them. So I'll be doing that as well. And I got a couple of new jigsaw puzzles recently as well, gifted to me. So, and one of them is just completely different shades of green. So that's going to be fun. It's called Aloe Swirl, and it's like, just, yeah. So I am intending on starting that one this week, actually. Because me and James like to do jigsaw puzzles together in the evening. We either put an audiobook on, or a podcast on, or we just chat while we're doing it. So it's a nice way to sort of check in with each other without being like just sitting there and checking in. I like to be busy, he likes to be busy, so we can sort of spend time together and check in with each other while we're doing something. So that is the intention on one of his nights off this week. We've got 2 days off together this week, so we can get some things done and do that. Yeah, don't think there is anything else. And I can hear James snoring upstairs. I don't know if you're picking up on that. So, yeah, just lots and lots of things to do. The children all received book calendars this year for Christmas because I got one last year and they really, really wanted one each. So we done that this year. I'm loving the fact that they really enjoy reading because I love reading. James loves reading. It's really nice that we've got something that we can all sort of, a love of books that we can share. And they're really discovering, I mean, my daughter is reading quite a few years ahead of her age. Her reading age is quite a bit more advanced than we thought it was going to be now. But yeah, she started reading the Harry Potter books and she loves them. She's completely obsessed with them. And it's great because I love Harry Potter too. So that's a nice thing. And we've watched together. I've seen all of the films, but she hasn't. So we've watched up to the 5th film together. When she gets a little bit older, I'll let her watch the rest, but she's a little bit young for the darker ones, slightly darker films. They're not that dark, but you know. Yeah, she's obsessed with Harry Potter. She's read the first 3 books. She's just started Goblet of Fire, so that should keep her entertained for about a week, hopefully. I mean, she goes through books like anything. She loves reading. When they go to bed, they get an hour of reading in bed. They go to bed at about 8, and then we go up at 9 to turn the big lights out, put the lamps on, and that's their little hour of reading and downtime to get them into the position of going to sleep. Because I don't know how other people's children are, but mine aren't always, they go to bed at the same time every night and they struggle to settle down, and letting them stay up later doesn't make a difference. They have this same struggle whether they go to bed early, whether they go to bed late, whether they go to bed at exactly the same time. So we've stuck to the same time to hopefully get them into a rhythm. They go up at 8 o'clock. They are allowed an hour to read quietly, and then we turn the big lights out and put the lamps on so they can go to sleep. And it works really well for them. That is what works for us as a family. And they love their reading time at night, and quite often at least one of them will say, oh, I'm going to go up and read now, or they'll try and read down here, but it's usually quite noisy with everyone in the house, so they like to go to their rooms to read because it's quieter and they've got their own space. So 9 times out of 10, at least one of them goes up a little bit early to read a bit extra, and we are more than okay with that. It's lovely that they're loving reading, they're loving books. They've also gotten into board games a bit more this year so far, so that's something we can focus on because I like tabletop games and so does James, and like we all like stuff like that, so it's good that the children are enjoying that. So, and it's again a nice way to spend some time together, especially when things get so busy and you feel like just sitting down in front of a TV isn't enough. So it's nice to actually have that interaction and do these games. We've always played card games and things like that. Now they're getting into tabletop games, board games, chess, drafts. We're going to introduce them to Monopoly. They've played Monopoly Junior, but we're going to introduce them to the proper one because I got a set for Christmas which has the T-Rex piece, which is my piece. Also, over Christmas, James asked my dad for permission to ask me to marry him, and he is planning to propose at some point this year. That's as much as I know. I don't know when. So that will be nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Update on me, my plans for the year, and a little bit of waffle as per usual about my family and what we do. I'm aiming to try and do at least 1 video a week, at least. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get that done. But I am horrendous at remembering to do videos, and I tend to waffle on and people probably get bored. But that is the intention. I will try and keep my videos as short as possible. There's quite a big one today because it was going through sort of like November and Christmas and plans for the year and that. from now on. Hopefully they will be a bit shorter, unless I'm doing some beginner tutorials. They might be a bit longer because obviously it takes longer. But just short check-ins like this, I'm trying to make them only 10 minutes. So they're not too long, not too boring, and I can show you what I'm making or what I've done, etc, etc. I'm also going to include, if we do the jigsaw puzzle and finish it, I'm going to pop that on there, and updates about my gaming and books. I would like to do some videos about books this year, because reading is a very big part of my life. It's been a very big part of my life since I learned how to read when I was a child, and you know, I haven't stopped reading since then. I've always read for pleasure since then, as well as for school and whatnot, and college and uni and everything. So I would like to include that a bit more, because it is a very big part of my life, and it's a very big part of my personality. And so yeah, it's something I'm very passionate about. I love books, any books, all books. I'm definitely not a snob. I'm not genre, I was going to say gender specific then, that's the wrong word. Genre specific, I can't talk now. I will literally read anything and everything I can get my hands on, because I really just enjoy reading. So, and I prefer reading actual books to online and audiobooks, but obviously with a busy life, I do rely a lot on audiobooks to be able to still read, or listen, should I say. So I will include some content on books. If you're not interested in it, I'm very happy for you to not watch it. It's fine. It's more for me, but we'll just see what happens anyway. I think this is over half an hour long now, so I am going to say goodbye. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and New Year, and everyone's looking forward to a good year this year. Take care and stay safe, and I hopefully will see you again in about a week, maybe less. Let's see. So bye.